Good, YouTube. You know, he's your boy TSJ, Team Sneaker Junkie, all that good shit. But this is a random vlog video. I wasn't making a video till maybe a couple days from now because I got a couple pickups. Today is Friday, June the 14th. It's a couple hours before I gotta go to work, whatever. But I was just watching something and made me want to make a video, basically. I don't know if any people seen this video yet, but I happened to see it on one of the blog sites I always go to, and I was trying to watch it on there, but it wasn't working, so I happened to go to the internet on my PlayStation or whatever. Basically, it was a ABC News special they did on Sneakerheads, so when you know it's anything to do with sneakers, I'm going to watch it. But this one was kind of weird. It was about resellers, and that's like a love-hate word or demographic of sneakerheads per se, with everybody. It's good and bad to it, but I'm like, I didn't see a million of these, nothing different. But then I was reading the description. It's about some 15-year-old boy. I don't want to sound racist, because I know it probably is going to sound racist, but as soon as they said the age, I already knew it was some white kid. And I only say that because most 15-year-old black kids, even Hispanic, like different demographics, like, I know they not sitting on that much money to be spending and reselling. And sometimes a lot of them don't have the patience to do it. At least the ones I know or I came across, whatever. But long story short, I watched the video. It was about 6 minutes long, and DJ Clark Kent was on there, and it's just funny because the newscaster, the guy who's reporting it, you can tell he knew nothing that goes on in the sneaker world. And it's funny to me because I'm so cool with a lot of people that's in the sneakers now more than last year or the year before, that I tend to forget it's people who don't give two shits about sneakers. It's even like females that I come across that don't wear sneakers at all. Unless they're working out at the gym or something, and nothing. They know what Jordans, everybody knows Jordans, but they don't know nothing about them. They just wear heels and shit like that. So I always tend to forget that it's a world outside of sneakers. So when I say certain shit to certain people, they don't get a clue what I'm talking about. So while I'm watching the video, it was funny to me because the boy was like 15 years old. Of course, he come from, I wouldn't say necessarily wealthy family, but they're financially stable. They're good. They make decent money, basically what you're saying. They ain't in the hood, live in the suburbs or whatever. So it was showing like he was getting ready for a sneaker show or whatever, event that will sell. And I just kept tripping off the boy age. So before they got into the actual video, they was showing like, I don't know if they, like a lot of shows or movies or whatever, they show the previews of basically what's going to happen throughout the whole video. So they were showing bits and pieces of a sneaker show that them selling. And they showed another boy. The motherfucker was 12 years old selling sneakers. And it wasn't selling them for like $80, $90. They was selling them shits for like $600, $700. Like, I didn't even have close to damn near $100 at the age of 12 years old. Like not just handed to me. Like, if I had allowance or something, or I did good in school and I got money, I save it up to get that amount or like over that. But I mean, ain't nobody just handing me $100 to go buy fucking sneakers. I gotta save that shit up. My mom and dad ain't play that shit. But getting back to the show, whatever, they started describing what was going on. He had about 6, 7, 8 shoes that he was like putting into the car with his dad, and like that's the funny thing that struck a nerve in my head. I was like, of course, if I was in his position, I have a daughter, as y'all know. If I was in his position and my daughter was like into that type of stuff, as long as she bring home good grades, don't like bring home she's pregnant or into drugs or anything, I give her the world. I spoil the hell out of her. But at the same time, I wouldn't be letting her do the shit that this dude was letting his son do. Like, I mean, he ain't the only one. There's tons of parents that does that. But I just think that's overrated. Like, that's too much. He's not only encouraging him to, like, let him do that, he's literally driving him to the sneaker show. Like, And I was just boggled because how much they said they was paying for the sneakers, and they was paying for the shit with their own money. I'm like, okay, if I'm super wealthy, that's understandable. But if you're super wealthy, I would assume the kids would have no need to be reselling unless they just like doing it. But they live in the suburbs, so he make good money, but he's not rich. So I feel as though you should no, there's no way, point blank. And he 18, do what you want. But under that, I don't think that shit should be allowed. So he picks up his friend, who was like around the same age as him. Nigga had a pair of Dornbecker 3s. And they literally in the car for like an hour driving to the show or whatever. And the 16-year-old boy is like negotiating with his friend trying to buy them Dornbecker 3s off him. And then like the price is just saying, I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like this era, these kids from my era is totally different. I know I sound like an old man. I do not fucking care anymore, man. I can sound old all I want. But that shit is ridiculous. Like, they literally in the car debating. He said he paid, what did he say he paid for? He paid like 5 something for him. He told something like, come on, I give you $480 plus a pair of some shoes or something. I'm like, yo, these niggas is really negotiating for a $500 fucking pair of shoes. And you 16 years old, you should be worrying about schoolwork and shit. Like, of course, when you're at that age, you're not solely focused on school. No way, shape, or form. But it's just like opened my eyes to maybe how some kids around here is like thinking and acting, because I used to think about niggas nonstop around that age, but more about women. But at the same time, like, not how these kids is now. That's why I said they so fucking spoiled. So as they going on into the video or whatever, it kind of reminded me of this flea market I shop at. Yes, I shop at a flea market. I'm just saying, like, cause I never been to a sneaker show yet. I'm planning on going one this summer, hopefully. But basically, it was just funny to see how the little guy was selling his sneakers. It reminded me of like flea markets or whatever, like vendors. They said like they don't like they'll negotiate with you and shit. Like, you could tell this ain't his first go around. Like, the way he was doing it, like he's been fucking reselling sneakers for 10 years plus. Like, he what shoe was it? Fuck. Shit. I know he was selling, I think it was a pair of not Miami Nights, a pair of South Beach 9s or Miami Vice, whatever the fuck they call it. And no, it was Big Bangs, that's what it was. It was the Big Bangs. And he was trying to let them go for like $360, I believe. So the other person who was gonna buy them off him, he said, I'll do $330 right now. He said the lowest I can go is $340. He's like, oh, come on. He said, come. And then like, he's talking to him like he don't play no games. Like, come on, we're gonna lose this deal over $10, $340. That's the best I can do. I can't do $330. Like, I'm like, it's $10 fucking dollars. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and you're 15, 16 years old. Like, oh, like this generation is just fucking nuts, man. I just was lost for words. I watched that shit 3 fucking times. So if you didn't see it yet, I would advise you to watch it. That's basically people who are in the sneakers or got kids that you know are in the sneakers. Cause I'm gonna make my nephew watch it, cause he's in the sneakers, but now I'm glad he got like something better to do than worry about sneakers all the time. But I'm gonna make him watch it too. So you want to type in ABC News Sneakerheads, cause it took me a while to find it. But oh man, like I'm just glad like I'm not heavily into sneakers like I was earlier this year or last year. Don't get me wrong, I keep telling y'all, I don't think that passion will go away for a while. I mean, come on, I've been in sneakers since kindergarten. Whether y'all believe it or not, I've been in sneakers. The difference is that a lot of people don't tend to understand is that it's more of them now. See, everybody always say, it's just sneakers. Like, well, I'm not gonna say what they say to everybody, but what I always hear: you need to slow down. You into this sneaker shit too much. It's just sneakers. You spend too much on them. You buy a new sneaker every week. Why do you keep doing? You gotta understand the difference. I've been doing this shit for a long time. The difference is back then, it wasn't that many selections. Like, everybody knows that my age or a little bit older. Every year Jordan put out one fucking sneaker. 3, 4, 5 colorways if you're lucky. And then I told you the retros came into play. You put a retro out, so it'd be 2 sneakers a year probably, or 2, 3. Basically, let's just cap it on. Let's do it like this. Yes, I'm only wearing this hat because it matches my jacket. I'm not a Heat fan, but it's a good series so far. But anyway, let's say January. Let's take it back. Around the Air Jordan 16. We'll do it right there. Air Jordan 16 drops. You got the all black colorway. You got the white and obsidian. You got what was the next one? I think it was the only 2 fucking high top colorways, I believe. Oh no, you got the chutney colorway, them brown ones, them tan ones. Then you got the cherry woods. Then that's when they released the lows. And all this is spread out probably through January to the middle of the summer, or a little bit going into September, right? While all those shoes were releasing throughout the months, you got the Air Jordan 11 retro one. They put it out in like the same order the 11s first dropped. The only one that didn't like release like in proper order was the Brids. The first one was the Concord, and I think I'm not sure. I can't remember the month. I'll be lying, but I think it was around September. I'm not sure. Nah, it might have been earlier than that. Fuck, I really don't remember because the cool grades. You know what? Shit. I don't know. I'll research. I want to research it now. But basically, first it was the Concords. Then the Space Jams. I guess that the Space Jams would have came out like that if they really came out when they first dropped, but they never released, as we know, it was in the movie. Then right after that, it was the Columbia 11s. But they didn't take the blue soul, whatever, yada yada. Then right after that, that's when they released the cool grades. And they all spread out throughout the months and shit, like 6 months or so. Then like a couple months later, that's when they released the the Breads, right? So that was all you was gonna get for that year, and it trickles into the next year, and then retro the next year, then the next Jordan come out. That's how it was always going. And Nike, on the other hand, they had their retros here and there. Don't get me wrong. They had Air Force Ones was killing it. Bo Jackson's was killing it. They had a couple pennies retro in. Vince Carter had a sneaker line. I think Kevin Garnett was just leaving. But basically, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is they had a lot of like the diversity in Nike, and Adidas was okay, and Reebok was killing it. But my point being is, it wasn't that many selections. Like I say, if I was to estimate, it probably was about a good 50 to 60 sneakers probably releasing throughout the whole year that y'all would consider heat and everybody probably would go after. But nowadays, it's at least 10 sneakers coming out every fucking weekend. It's hard to keep up. Like, back then, them sneakers, if you was to get the retro 11s or retro 7s, whatever retro in that year, you would be that bull or whatever you want to say, the nigga stunting, killing them, having heat on your feet for a good 2 months. Then the next colorway will come out, and that colorway you had don't mean shit no more. Then the new colorway is that whole shit. Like, you the bull for another 2 months. Now, you that bull for about 3 days. Unless you buy the shoe extremely early, which it still don't mean shit, because let me just break it down like this. I know this video running long. Fuck it. Let me talk. You got the Chicago ones that came out. And fucking Nick colorway that came out the same fucking day. Then the Black Toes dropped around. The Royals dropped. Now the Shadow one's about to drop. The gray and black one. Mind you, I'm only talking about ones right now. That's 5 sneakers already. Then the Bread 13s. Then you got the He Got Game 13s. The bullshit at Squadron 13s. The 88 3 retros. What else did I get this year? Fuck. The low 11s that just dropped. This is just Jordans, mind you. You got all of them, the LeBron 10 that didn't drop, all the KD that didn't fucking drop, all the Kobe that didn't drop, a couple Spizikes, the Bread 11s retro, like restocked. They restocked everything. So basically, what I'm saying is, you're never gonna be that whole bull for like 2-3 months because nobody's gonna focus on that one shoe. It's too many shoes to pick from nowadays. So you always let's just get it straight. If you're in love with sneakers, you're always gonna try to get every sneaker that comes out. We already know you're not going to, but you're gonna try to. Like back then, you probably could have pulled it off with just Jordans. You probably could have pulled it off, but now you can't. It's too many Jordans to pick from. He's not the only one killing it. You got LeBron. LeBron is just dominating next to him, and then Kobe doing good. KD is hit and miss here and there, but he's still doing all right. But what I'm saying is, back then, it wasn't like that. It was like it was two different eras. It was Barkley and it was Jordan. Then it was Penny and Jordan. Then after that, like it wasn't too many people. Like Iverson was doing this shit, but it was never nobody that was running alongside with Jordan. Whereas though they'll put up the same amount of buzz as him. Like niggas is camping out for LeBron. LeBron's is going for more than Jordan's now. Like ain't no Iversons ever go for that much or that sought after. Ain't no Barkley's that sought after now and then. Ain't no fucking pennies except for the ones now. Back then they wasn't going for that much. Nobody was like trying to kill somebody or go crazy for no fucking pennies more than Jordans. So I don't know. I just want to get that off my chest because I ain't had nobody to sell it to. So I guess I tell it to y'all. Next video, maybe I'll try to catch some footage tomorrow. I'll go do a pickup or whatever. But I don't really want to shoot nothing until maybe the day after. Try to do a pickup video this year. Or I'll try to do the pickup video of last year first because I never did it. And I don't do this just for fucking comments or fucking, what is it called? Likes or fucking all that bullshit. As you can see, I don't get that many views. As you can see, I don't get that many comments. I don't care. I do this for fun. It's just something to do. And I know I don't answer a lot of comments. That's because I don't pay attention to them like that. I'm sorry. But somebody asked me, I don't know his name, where did I get this fucking rack or whatever with my sneakers on? Walmart. Go in the home repair, the Home Depot section of it, whatever you want to call it, where they got like tools and shit. They got so many to pick from. They got a metal kind. This is a plastic one. I feel as though a metal one I need it. As you can see, I got sneakers running along the side, and I got a couple pair of sneakers over here. I'm gonna have to get another one already. So I paid about $30 for this. It got like 5 shelves or whatever. They got ones higher than that, but this is the only one that can fit in my house. So with that being said, rate, comment, subscribe. See you on the next vid.